Are your kitchen and bathroom way overdue for a remodel? Well, I got the guy for you. Call John Sellers at First Response Contracting, 484-256-7136. Both residential and commercial services, and he's licensed and insured. Call him at 484-256-7136. First Response Contracting. Hello, this is Brad Weisman, and you're listening to Real Estate and You. Each week we bring up some topics and try to teach you some things about real estate, pretty much. And this is the first time that I have somebody live in my little studio. And I thought the best person for that is Justin Perella. Justin Perella from the mortgage company is here. Justin, do you know that you're the guinea pig?
Nice. Love it.
Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. So we are now actually inside my office.
Yep.
In Keller Williams Platinum Realty's building, and I'm excited. This is really cool.
I can't imagine how quick this came together. This is awesome.
Yeah. So yesterday I set this whole thing up in about 10, 15 minutes. So it's working out well. We got an old table here, and
Gorgeous
eventually.
table.
You like the table?
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But eventually you're going to be able to actually watch us on the show while we're actually speaking, which is kind of cool. It'll be on Facebook Live. We're not doing that right now. We're just testing out the podcast live inside my office. So this is cool. So the reason we brought Justin in is Justin is one of the mortgage guys from the mortgage company. And, there's so much. We were talking a little bit before this about how much is going on and how fast this market is moving.
It's insane.
It is, right?
Yeah, it went overnight. It seemed like, excuse me, right at the end of, when we were starting to change colors, I guess you would say. From
red to yellow.
And there was a couple people that were influencing that. Thank you, Brad Weisman, for all you did. It was awesome of you. For those that you don't know, that Brad was at the forefront of all that, trying to get us to be back out there in business. And it worked.
Thank you.
And I think you did too good of a job. Now we
I
get
did
my own.
Such a good job.
You did that nobody can get out. Now it's really. You see, you've been through this though.
Yeah.
Like you.
But I got to tell you, Justin. I was just telling a customer yesterday. I have not been through this.
Well, nobody.
This is and being in this business 28 years, you would think I could just say, oh yeah, this is like 2000 this, or this is 1998 again.
Yeah.
I've never been able to say that yet. In 28 years, it's always something different.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and what we're experiencing now, and we just talked about this when you came in, is the fast pace of this market, and that how important it is to be pre-approved. Talk about that.
Yeah, so in this market with multiple offers going in on every property, it seems like that it now more than ever, you better have a great relationship with your lender as well as your realtor. And I'm not going to say don't shop. You definitely want to shop for the right lender.
Absolutely.
No question.
But it's about trust, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it about trust and getting along with the person?
Correct.
I mean, you all have the same rates, really.
Correct.
I mean, it's about getting to the settlement table and maybe having a little bit of fun while you're doing it.
Yeah, the days of eighth of a point and I'm shopping every penny of you. I'm not discounting the fact that you need to get it, but you really need a good relationship because this person is fighting for you, has to be there as soon as you ask to go from 289 to 291. They have to have that approval letter for you. If you're calling a credit union, you're calling, so good. I hope they are there for you. But Sunday night at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we've talked about this. This business doesn't happen 9 to 5.
No, and
it really doesn't.
And I get anxious, for my clients. So I take it like when they call me and tell me they're going to buy a house and they need a pre-approval in this market. I know that doesn't mean I'm sending their realtor Brad Weisman one letter. I know now that I'm sending him one and watching my text and email for the others to follow. So the next, other than that, you meet your lenders, call on a bunch, but then narrow it down pretty quick.
Yeah,
is what I guess I'm saying. And then, yes, build that trust, but on the other side, you have to also bust your behind to get exactly what you
Yeah, absolutely.
What he needs from you,
and you know what
she needs from you.
And getting back to the whole thing with that, you don't have time today to be like, oh, well, I'll get back to you in 2 days and I'll get you the updated approval and da 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 da. That's what's nice about working with a mortgage company like yourselves is that I know, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with the other banks. There's nothing wrong with the credit union. They do their thing, and they excel in other things. They really do. Yeah. But when it comes to the real estate market right now and buying a home, if you're not working with somebody that works the same hours as realtors do, you're going to miss out.
Yeah.
You know? And what are you seeing as far as offers over full price?
Well, I haven't seen an offer that is at asking. Everything's going above, 15 offers.
Yeah.
I've never seen, so I've been in finances for, almost 20 years, private banking previous to this, but always in lending. But since I've been in just mortgages, I've
crazy. It's crazy. So we were talking about before is that we got to make sure that they're pre-approved. So if an agent, if a buyer's coming in, we're going to definitely dig in a little bit more. Because the whole pre-qual thing is something of the past.
Pretty much, yeah. So, and you brought up a great question before we went live, is what's the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval? And I don't want to say that the pre-qualifications are a thing of the past, but they're pretty much a thing of the past. Because a pre-qualification is, I've looked at enough stuff, enough documents, enough finances that I can say, okay, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
A pre-approval is going to be pulled credit, checked your income, all that. But what we're looking for is an actual commitment. We can't have that in 2-3 days. We know that. But that's why it's just as important to get the pre-approval is the only thing you should be taking now.
Okay.
Pre-qual is
pre-qual, forget it.
Pre-qual is just,
Yeah. So, and then you had said, are we still doing commitment letters? Is that still, I mean, are we, on the agreement of sale, it says there needs to be a commitment by a certain date. And some agents I've heard say, oh, that means nothing, da, da, da. I still think it does because when you do the pre-approval, that's one step. But to get to the commitment, you're actually verifying everything that you were told and really digging in deep to get to the point where you say, okay, we're now committing as a lender.
Correct. 1,000%.
Yeah. So is that still, it's still very
Absolutely.
valid, right?
Yes. And some lenders do a great job of getting the commitments up front. I know a couple of lenders I've worked. That's great if you can do that, but there's not a lot of time. So, and you're overwhelming a lot of staff. So I try to do a little bit of I try to meet in the middle, where I'll get enough information that it's a layup. Meaning that we know there's no surprise, but there's always surprises.
Oh, yeah, of course there is.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we didn't tell you about the car we co-signed for.
Episode.
Hey, isn't that the funny thing that I always think is when I tell people this all the time, there's no such thing as co-signing. Co-signing, when somebody says co-signing, what that means is you are 100% responsible for that loan, just like the other person is. Exactly. You know what I mean? Seriously, there's no such thing. As a lender, if somebody co-signs for a car, you look at that as the full debt. You don't cut it in half and say, oh, you're only responsible for 50%.
1,000%. Co-signers right now. And co-signers are
we just had that.
Yeah.
We had that client that had done that, had actually co-signed for somebody, and that was a problem.
Yeah, and it is. And I don't want to scare away co-signers because they're so important, especially for first-time home buyers.
Yeah, sure.
And I know where you're coming from, but you're right. It's a commitment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So real quick, what we're trying to do with co-signers right now is for first-time home buyers, we're trying to get them on, but encourage them to clean up their credit or pay off some debt so that we can refinance that co-signer off.
Right, got it. Yeah.
So I'm experiencing a lot of that, and a couple clients on what they need to do to finally get that co-signer off.
You mentioned credit, and I want to touch on that a little bit. What are we seeing with credit? I sound like wacky. What was it?
Matches my headphones. My headphones. We didn't even mention about these headphones.
Yeah, he's got these really cool headphones on. I think are they either frozen or are they?
They're yours.
Oh yeah, they are. They're frozen. No, they're not mine. They're my daughter's. Let's just make that very clear. They're Catherine's. Okay, but no, he's got the frozen. They're Catherine's frozen headphones are on. And you know what? Hey, when you're in a pinch, what are you going to do? You got to use what you can use, right?
You wear the frozen headphones.
That's right.
Is what you do, Brad.
Going back to credit. So where are we at with credit scores? I heard there for a while it was getting a little scary that you had to have a 640, 650, or you're not even being looked at.
Right.
Has that calmed down a little bit, or where are we at? It hasn't.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, sir. It's we're still in the thick of it.
Oh, wow. Okay,
with that.
okay.
Now, again, I've talked on the show a couple times previously about the fact that it's not a hard stop at 580. So again, there's ways that we can get you approved at 580.
Right.
It's just the 640 is now the new, I don't want to say guarantee, but it's more so the most every lender can do it at 640.
Yeah. Even FHA.
Yeah.
Wow. So FHA, they haven't changed their standards. I'm thinking that lenders have changed their
Correct.
standards.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
It's all what we call overlays, guideline changes. And Brad, every day.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Every day. Yeah.
I can't submit a loan without having somebody look at it. And that's why, unfortunately, with all these guideline changes, you're going to see.
Yeah.
There's going to be a few more loans that all lenders are going to experience issues with because you can't keep up with the guy. It's impossible. I mean, we have conference calls every day, but so you really almost need somebody to be checking your checker.
Yeah, right. I no, it's true.
Stinks.
So it's really, you got to stay up on it. But that's once again, in our profession, there's times where things are changing very fastly. Fastly. That's a different word. Very fast, and it's not. But with your business, it's changing by the minute at times. Yeah, it is. I mean, the rates change. Where are the rates at right now?
Rates
by the
are
way?
great. That's the one positive in all this is the rate environment is still strong. And again, I've said on the show that it's strong for those 640 pluses.
Yeah.
So, if you're 780, 750, great credit, great income, and your debt's not, the low debt to income is what we call, you're getting a great rate.
Okay.
3 flat, 3 1/4,
That's awesome. That's amazing,
30,
right? Where's FHA at right now? I mean, where are they at?
About the same.
About the same.
FHA is very competitive rate-wise.
Right, got it.
Extremely.
Which is different than it was years and years ago.
Yeah, it's almost a penalty.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, exactly.
No,
now it's not. The other thing is, so if somebody has, let's just say marginal credit, I come into you and I got a 625 right now. What does it take to get it to a 650 so that I can do something? Are we talking years, or are we talking, hey, you know what? We'll take a look at it, and maybe there's some simple things they can do to get it back up, right?
That's a great question. So I do this all the time because I do work with a lot of newer agents at Keller, and they're working with younger buyers who they don't realize. Thankfully, they don't have the debt that we had when we were kids coming out of college and with the credit cards.
Oh, yeah.
But because they're a little smarter than we were because they learned from
Doesn't take much, though, really.
Yeah. I mean, I think I opened 10 credit cards at Penn State because I got a free T-shirt at every one of the booths.
Exactly, yeah.
But so what I have the ability, and most lenders have this ability, they work with a credit partner.
Okay.
We use Universal Credit Services. So I'll send them, with the client's permission, their credit report and ask them to review the report. And on every credit report, there's the scores, the 3 scores, and then below it is a plus sign.
Okay.
Most people have a plus sign. Those are the points that are out for immediate grab, meaning you can get those points pretty quick.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I first identify how many points do we need? How many points can we get? Universal helps me, and whoever that is for other lenders, but they help me put together another report for the client that says, hey, pay down this. I almost said JCPenney's card. Pay down this Boscov's card.
You're showing your age, Justin.
Holy mackerel.
If you have a JCPenney card, you probably don't even have to pay it right now because they're pretty much done. I mean, oh, that's good.
Woolworth's card.
Yeah, get your John Wanamaker card out and oh, man, that's funny.
So pay your Boscov's down, pay your Visa down to 1,500, and you'll get these scores. Now, how long does that take? Because I'm working with this now where a client's going to be there, but I got to get the actual statement showing that his balance is now lowered. Or I have to get the actual payoff letter showing that his car is paid off.
Gotcha.
And then we submit that, I'd say 3 to 5 business days. They quote, call it a week.
Yeah.
And then they tell us to not rerun it. They refreshen it basically.
Gotcha. Just to see, because rerunning it could actually make it go down, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? This time goes really fast.
Yeah, we done?
Yeah. It was just 14 minutes already we've been gabbing. That just shows you we are in sales. But no, I'm hoping that you're going to keep coming back every so often to just talk about what's going on in the market. Maybe we do it once every couple weeks to really get an idea of what's happening. And I appreciate your time and your knowledge. And so thanks so much. We got Justin Perella here from
mullet.
From the mortgage, the mullet. We're going to start calling you that. I'm going to start calling you the mullet. And I think that actually would be good. And if we'll take a picture of the mullet and put it on Facebook. What do you think?
Nah, we're good.
No, you don't think so?
As soon as the hairdressers are back to work.
I do have an underground connection for that. Yes, you can do that. So thanks a lot, Justin. I appreciate it. Like before, you know this. You're listening to Real Estate and You. This is Brad Weisman from Keller Williams Platinum Realty. And hopefully you enjoyed the first live in my office show. We had a lot of fun, didn't we, Justin? We had a lot of fun. It was really cool. So see you real soon. Keep listening to the podcast. Thank you. Are your kitchen and bathroom remodels a little overdue? Well, now's your chance to call First Response Contracting. John Sellers will take care of you. 484-256-7136. They do residential and commercial, and they're licensed and insured. Give them a call at 484-256-7136.